Good afternoon once again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my third and final video on Need for Speed 2015. As I'm sure some of you are aware, I managed to get a refund on this pile of crap. And I'm very happy about it. Full refund on this stupid game after having it for a couple of minutes less than a week. And you'll see in this video that basically I was trying to get 3 daily challenges done in this pursuit, which the police are doing a horrific job of maintaining. In fact, I'm having to do most of the maintaining. And to get the final 3 daily objectives towards the 15 you acquire for one of those trophies to get myself to platinum in what is a very easy platinum. And that's probably one of the very few good things about this game, that you don't have to play it much. And the other good thing that I've noticed is the sound. This Porsche sounds very nice. Anything else good about the game? I guess you could say the graphics are pretty sharp, especially in the cutscenes. The cutscenes are quite nice, apart from the one where you go to the diner and it drives into the wall. But yeah, the game doesn't really show off the graphics very well, mainly because yes, it's set at night, and there are games that have showed off their graphics quite well at night. But the city is dead, it's so dark and bleak, it's raining most of the time, one of the daily challenges is complete, and it just doesn't show the graphics off very well. It feels really dull. If you guys didn't know, the weather and time of night is actually dependent on your location on the map. So at one point it will always rain, at another point it will always be dawn, which is pretty shambolic for a game. And I make this comparison a lot of times during this video to Need for Speed Underground 2, which was more than a decade ago. That had random rain. Not like this, where it's fixed to a certain point on the map. Anyway, on to something else. Let's talk about the handling. I think it's probably the worst part about the game, because, well, I'm not going to show it off here because I'm not going fast enough, because these stupid cops can't keep up anything more than 100 kilometers an hour. But you have to drift. I don't want to drift. I would like to drift for drift events, that's fine, but I don't want to have to be forced to drift in every event. And yes, you can put it towards grip, and Nakai-san and Magnus Walker's cars seem to be grip tuned when you get them, but they're not as fast. You can't actually go as fast compared to when you have drift settings. And that doesn't even work properly because the handling is so rubbish that the car auto steers for you even when you turn all the assists off. You can have full lock to the right and it'll counter steer for you. It's absolutely ridiculous. Sometimes it doesn't even work and it sends you firing straight into a wall, or it turns you too much and you crash into the inside wall. And actually, it makes me sick. I don't want to talk about handling anymore. It makes me feel so sick. What else is bad about the game? Oh, rubber banding. God damn it. Have you ever seen such retarded rubber banding? Well, I guess I have actually in previous Need for Speeds on PS3. Like, I think it was Rivals had pretty shocking rubber banding, and one of the previous ones to that as well. But not the ones on PS2. They were all actually quite good, the rubber banding on that, if I remember correctly. You didn't catch up ridiculously fast to the cars in front, like they were stopped, and the cars behind didn't shoot past you at 500 kilometers an hour. You can already see in this video how pathetic the cops are. I was never busted once. I never even got close to busted. I didn't even see a busted meter building up at any point, even when I was stopped next to a cop. I think a couple of pursuits ago. Oh, he gets a hit on me, except I was braking already to make sure that I didn't lose them before I hit 5 roadblocks, which are also crap in comparison to Most Wanted 2005. Was that not the best game, Need for Speed game ever? I would hazard to guess it as it would be, especially for the cops. There's no crash breakers in this. There's no helicopters to chase you. There's no cross in his Corvette, which is quite iconic back in the day. What else doesn't this game have? Oh, no manual gearbox. I would love to drive in manual. There are enough buttons unassigned to have a manual gearbox. But nope, apparently we're forced to use this automatic crap heap. Which also reminds me that the customization of performance parts in this game doesn't have an option to upgrade the gearbox, which is interesting. It has plenty of options in there to upgrade parts of your car, including 6 different options for the same level of turbo. It's a bit mad. Aside from that, the customization was actually... it was supposed to be the unique selling point of this game, but no, it's really shit. I think the crew's better. I think many PS2 versions of Need for Speed games were better. For example, there's no hint of suicide or scissor doors, no hydraulics in this game, no neons, even though I'm pretty sure the Outlaw Icon's actual real car, his Diablo, has neons, so that was lacking as well. Not an authentic Outlaw Icon's car. Forgotten his name, one of the Japanese guys. Sorry about that. What else does this game have? No roof scoops. You can't have your iconic roof scoop if you want an NSX. There's no nitrous purge, spinners, all of which you could have in Underground 2 over a decade ago. In fact, Underground 2 and I think Underground 1 had magazine shoots. I remember definitely in Underground 2 you could customize the angle of the shot, whether you wanted your doors open, your trunk, which could not only have the audio system, which you can't even see if you have tinted windows like I do on this Porsche, but you could individually change the pieces that went into it. You could have huge nitrous bottles, you could have, I'm pretty sure, subwoofers, tweeters, amplifiers, crazy stuff in your trunk, but none of that in this. There was even, I'm pretty sure, neon not only under the car, but in your engine bay and in the trunk, from memory, but none of that anywhere near this game. The interior is not even a thing apparently. Nothing opens, but whatever. Of course, the garage limit doesn't lend itself to testing out these things. You can only have 5 cars at once, which is just ridiculous. Suppose that would happen in the career mode. There's not even an ulterior mode, a different mode, to customize cars like there were in the PS2 version. I'm pretty sure like you have your main menus that you could choose to go into career. This is permanently career. It's also permanently online, which means that we only sort of temporarily bought this game until the servers go down and the game doesn't exist anymore. We've just paid all this money for nothing. We can still go back and play PS2 games now, but maybe in a decade from now we won't be able to play this at all. Not that we want to, because it's pretty shit as oops. Yeah, I didn't mean to do that. Still don't get arrested though. The cops were not even close. What was I talking about? Oh yes, the garage size. Yeah, 5 maximum. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. What else have we got? Oh yeah, the decals. Sorry to not mention this in the customization part of this rant, but you can't mirror them. You can't have a symmetrical decal arrangement. That's ridiculous. Completely mad. I'm actually getting angry now. I have to change subject. What else do I hate about this game? Oh, race variety. You either have a choice of drift or race, if you could call it that. It's basically drifting and trying to not be screwed over by the rubber banding. In which, wow, actually that roadblock was surprisingly effective. Yeah, there's like 2 or 3 circuit races in the entire thing, but I'm pretty sure there was like 40 or so in Underground 2, as I absolutely destroy that cop. There's no bounty, of course, in this one, like Most Wanted, which I would have got there for destroying that cop. Yeah, there's no street cross, URL, no real circuits like they had in, not real circuits, sorry, but like circuits to race on, like they had in Underground 2. There's no drag races that were in the same game. There's... and can I just point out how annoying the bloody phone calls in this are? I'm not getting any now because I finished the career, but it was pissing me off so much. They're just incessant with their ringing, even when they're the person that you're racing against at the current time. What else is there that's about this? Oh, that's right. There's no leaderboards during races. I mean, they had that in Underground 2. You could see how many seconds in front or behind you were, or I'm pretty sure it was everyone in the race. Not only that, but after the event has completed, you still don't know what the leaderboard is. It just tells you where you finished and what your time was, or what your score was in a drift. No opponents to aim for the next time. And how am I not even getting a bar telling me I was almost arrested for that? Look, the wheel spin's actually mad in this car. Anyway, what else is there? Oh, joining friends. What a shambles that is. You have to basically turn your PlayStation off and turn it, or the game at least. Turn the game off and come back on if you want to have a friend join you. The whole system is a complete piece of crap, if you ask me. What else is in there in this game? Oh yeah, the car list. It's like 10 stronger than Underground 2 from more than a decade ago. And it's got 3 of the same car, the BRZ, I think it's a Toyota 86 and a Scion of some description. They're the same car. Well, you need one of them only, come on. There's no 370Z which could replace one. I don't think there's any Mercedes in the game. There's about 7,000 BMWs and Porsches. No modern VWs, no Subaru, like the WRX, the old Subaru, which is pretty iconic for this sort of game. There's no RX-8, no Audis. It's just, this game just lacks what they had so long ago. Is so infuriating. Like, you expect progress, or at least to stay the same sort of level of progress, but no, they're going backwards. I'm pretty sure from memory, they had a dyno in Underground 2. You could actually tune your car with values rather than sliders that sort of don't have any meaning to you. And there's far fewer sliders in this than there were in that menu. And it had a dyno cutscene. Your car would be actually on a dyno, rather than just sitting in the garage where you can't really see what the effects of your meddling with the car is actually doing, as I complete another daily challenge there, which is exactly what we want. And one thing which I really liked, it sort of added to the feeling of accomplishment in certainly Most Wanted and I think Carbon after it. You won pink slips and like markers after beating certain people. You could take their car. You could I think it was win an impound strike or car parts. You could win. Fantastic. Nothing of the sort in this. You don't win anything. I don't think. You're given 2 cars. Fantastic. But then I'm pretty sure one of them is actually driven in front of your eyes against you, while that could actually be still in your garage if you choose to have that car rather than sell it after you've used it for the compulsory mission that it's there for, which is a bit odd. I think Magnus managed to clone his car, at least for me in my career mode. I think that concludes my rant. I can't think of anything more that's annoyed me in this game. Wait, can I? Oh yes, this map. This map is supremely stupid. Look at the crap spaghetti there on the mini map of what we have to navigate. If you want to get to something, you can see on that mini map. Sometimes you actually can't get there because it's too flipping confusing to figure out how the fuck to get there, because you have to go around all those loop-de-loops and rubbish. And I think I'm going to blow a gasket. There's the last daily challenge completed. We should get that trophy any second now. There it is, serious fun. I don't know about that. You might be taking the piss actually. Platinum trophy. That's it, I'm done. This was the last time I played the game. I absolutely pissed it off. About 20 minutes later, back to EB Games. They refunded me, and I was very happy with that. Anyhow, I've been Jacko. It was a pleasure to review this for you.